Hey guys, how's it going? So in this video we're going to be talking about Liberty Health Sciences. They just had an earnings report and I want to talk about it. Disclosure, I do not have a position in Liberty Health Science. But I still like the company. They're still a profitable company and I still think they are fairly undervalued. But the thing is, I don't think the stock is going to move unless there is some major catalyst like legalization of Florida, or somebody buys them out, or the CEO, they bring in a new CEO and he starts doing more PR for the company, starts going on major outlets and start talking about their company. Unless that happens, I don't think the stock will take off. I think the stock will just be volatile, especially with the election coming up. I feel like the election will bring down the stock price a little bit more. I could be wrong, and we could see the stock pop back to like 52, 53 cents. But my feeling is this stock is not going to move too much. But if you treat this as a swing trade stock, you could make a pretty penny off of it. Like, for example, if you bought this thing at 43 cents and sold it at 52 cents, you could have made a 20% return on investment. Or if you bought this thing at 42 cents and sold it out at 58 cents, that's a 38%. So you could make some money off swing trading Liberty Health Science, but most people are kind of like long-term investors. There are some swing traders, but I don't know. I think swing traders are looking for better stock price movements, but hey, that's my opinion. And at the end of the day, my videos on Liberty Health Science doesn't do very well. Maybe because people don't like my voice and they don't want to hear what I have to say. But anyways, moving forward, Liberty Health Science is a very dilutive stock. I wouldn't call it very, but it's not a tight float. 346 million shares outstanding. That's a pretty big float. So it does require big money to come in to really bring the stock price back up. The company could use their could use their cash to buy back stock, but I think it's more important that they focus their cash on growth and not on buying back stock, because the stock will get rewarded when Florida becomes legal, at least in my opinion anyways. Another catalyst that could potentially bring up Liberty Health Science is Jeremy. If Jeremy came out and he talked positively about Liberty Health Science and he says that, his company's profitable and that and this, but the only problem with this is he doesn't usually talk about two MJ companies in the same industry. He has his baby Planet 13, and because of Planet 13, he won't come out and be like, I'm going to talk positively about Liberty. No, he won't do that. But, if he does though, if he's like, I think this is a good penny stock, when Florida becomes legal, blah, blah, blah. And, the stock could like skyrocket like no tomorrow. But will Jeremy do that? I don't know. I don't think so. I think he's going to stay low after pumping very good butchers. I think he's going to stay away from penny stocks for a while, in my opinion. I could be wrong. And he could come out and he could, talk positively about Liberty Health Science. And the stock could skyrocket. But who knows at the end of the day. But he doesn't want people to take the money out of Planet 13 and flow it into Liberty Health Science. He wants all his retail investors to keep it in Planet 13 and to focus on Planet 13. That's why he doesn't talk about other MJ stocks and he only talks about Planet 13. But if we look at the market cap from Planet 13 to Liberty Health Science, it's a huge difference. Planet 13 is literally three times the size of Liberty Health Science, and I'll be honest with you, Planet 13 doesn't have too much growth because they're in Las Vegas and legalization's already happened there, while Liberty Health Science, Florida is not legal yet. And they have way more stores, and they have way more growing capacity, and they are profitable right now. They don't need to raise money anymore. So, I think Liberty is a way better investment than Planet 13 in my opinion only. But, at the end of the day, Jeremy's not going to talk positively about Liberty. He might, but I don't think he will. So let's look at the earnings. It was okay. I mean, they were profitable, but their revenue decreased a little bit to 18.17, which is kind of shocking. I thought the company would continue to grow into the summer, but that wasn't the scenario. That they actually didn't grow. They kind of just stabilized, and the revenue actually decreased, which is little bit of a shocker to me because I really thought it was the opposite, but I don't know. This news came out literally after the market closed on Friday. I don't know how 5:13 a.m. No, this actually came out early in the morning, so that's a little shock to me because I thought it was right after the market closed. But no, this came out right in the morning, and Liberty didn't really do anything. It bounced during the day, and then it just crashed and traded sideways. So that's the market for you. And if the market becomes volatile, I think Liberty could go down lower. Could be wrong. I don't know at the end of the day. It's just speculation on my part. I think Liberty is already cheap, but I think it can get cheaper. That's the thing. No, that's just what I think could happen, especially if the market becomes volatile. But hey, that's my opinion. I could totally be wrong, and it could skyrocket on Monday, even when the market's down. So let's look at the balance sheet. So the balance sheet is, like I said, I think it's undervalued because if we look at the total asset, it's $202 million. But then I guess you could take out $45 million of intangible assets. But that intangible asset is the license in Florida, and I think that is pretty good tangible asset. So, I mean, everything here is solid, so I would actually include that intangible asset in there. And the total asset would be about $202 million. The liabilities is $56 million. They don't have very much debt. They have about $7 million in convertible notes. And, that's about it. And the shareholder equity is $145 million, and the company is valued at $160 million. So I would call it, at least fair value, a little bit undervalued. But, I call it undervalued because Florida hasn't legal yet, and that has not been priced into the stock yet. But hey. And then if we look on the revenue side, they made $18 million. Their cost of goods was $7. So their gross profit, I would say, would be like 60%, roughly 60%, because $9 million would be 50%. So $10 million or $11 million would be 60%. So that's still pretty good. And then if you include, biological asset, it's about $19 million, which is more than their revenue. But you can't include biological assets, in my opinion. Their total operational expenses was 7.6, but you could take away depreciation, share-based compensation, and amortization, and that will reduce it by another $1.1 million. So you take 11 million minus 6.4 million. So we're looking at about $4 million, $5 million profit, which is not bad, but that's just the way it is. The company will survive. The company doesn't really have to dilute. The company will slowly grow as they build up more stores and expand their facility, and everything. I don't as a long-term investment in Liberty Health Science. I wouldn't say no to it because they're a profitable company. So if you buy in and hold long term, I think eventually you will get rewarded. But you can also treat it as a swing trade until, you know, Florida becomes legal. None of this is financial advice. This is just my opinion. But anyways, that is it for my video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for future updates and have a great day. Bye.